On great magnet number 3, incident of today.
Uh-oh.
I just looked down on French's fact sheet. Third rock from the sun. We remember. Mom, some of us remember. The Middle. And the reason I say The Middle, that's a very good show.
Yeah.
Is it still on?
No, they wrapped up a couple of years ago.
It was a funny show.
Yeah,
funny
it was solid.
sitcom. It
Just
was
really solid.
Single camera, not big and over the top, but just kind of low key, but just sort of funny, straight ahead, low key.
Yeah,
good
really
cast.
good. Really solid cast.
Right. Not full of recognizable people or anything. 09 to 18, so it ran for a while.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was really,
Patty Heaton, sorry.
Yeah, Patty Heaton, it's terrific. And like what I noticed, like I would play like the vice principal, and if I'm doing a comedy, I'm the vice principal who's like upset with the kids, and then if I'm doing a drama, I'm a pedophile. But it's the same sweater vest. Either way,
sure.
Come on, let's do the farting game. Yeah. Fart wars.
Here we go, everybody.
In the van, everybody. Fart wars.
One in the chute. Blam.
Got one chambered. Pistons almost at the end of the throw. Yeah. Let's not have this happen again.
No, I'm the Kobe Bryant of fart wars.
So I had this weird thought today. So before I came in, I've fired up my cold plunge tub. I've been getting in the pool, but now the pool's getting warm because it's getting warm outside, and my daughter's decided to heat the pool and have her friends over. So it's like it's too warm for me to get into. So I douched out.
You can't drive the inflatable golf cart without the warm
That's
water.
right. You need the Caribbean under you. So I douched out the tub, which hadn't been running in 6 months because I've been in the pool. And I changed the filter and refilled it and got it plugged in and got it going.
Well, by douched out, do you mean just by you being in it?
Yes, but in a calculated way.
I see what you're saying.
Where I was able to get the scub off the rim. So I cleaned it, I filled it, I plugged it in, I got it. It's at 45 degrees, and I got into it this morning for the first time in a while. And then I had this thought while I was sitting in it, which is the getting into the tub. It seems painful, but it's really not that bad when you get in. And by the end, I usually sit in there for 3 minutes. I actually went 4 minutes because at the end, I was actually semi-comfortable in this 45-degree water, but the middle was excruciating.
The middle.
The first 20 seconds were fine. You get to 45, 50 seconds in, you're like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to take this for another 2 minutes. The middle minute sucks, and then you kind of even out. And then I started thinking philosophically, like when you exercise, like I shadow box at night. Shadow box, the beginning's fine. You're fresh, you're whatever. You try to go for 20 minutes. You get to somewhere about minute 6, and it's like, I don't feel that good right now.
Yeah.
Somehow when you get to minute 18, you actually feel a lot better than you felt at minute 7.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about this sort of analogy of either be on the beach or be out beyond the breakers, but then the middle.
Yeah.
The middle's the hard part. You get into a freezing tub, you're better at the beginning and you're fine at the end. The middle scares you because the middle is like you go, I'll never make it to the end. Yeah. This is brutal. I'm running out of gas. And then I started thinking about the series, The Middle. That's where French kicks in. I was like, the middle. I was like walking around the house going, the middle. You don't want to live in the middle. You don't want to be there politically. You get the shit kicked out of you. The middle class.
Right.
No, you don't want to live in the middle. It's painful in the middle.
Be Patricia Heaton, but don't be French Stewart in the middle.
Do not be me. Trust me.
And then I started thinking about the sitcom, and then I just looked down on my page.
Wow.
Remember football conditioning and how rough it was? Like the football conditioning was tough because psychologically you never knew it was going to end. It was like you're doing a million jingle jangles or you're doing 10. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
And finally when the whistle blew and it was over, it's like, oh, sweet relief. But the never knowing when it would end was fucking brutal.
That's the brutal part.
That's the brutal part.
There's something serious called jingle jangles.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fred, show us.
I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle. as I go riding merrily along.
Long.
And they say, hey, ain't you glad you're single?
Ain't you single?
And that song ain't so very far from wrong. Oh, Sally Jane.
Here's a song by a gay guy.
That song, I believe, is the theme written for Blazing Saddles and also High Noon. It's rewritten for both of those movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Lord.
Oh, look it up. I'm curious.
You're doing a lot of making fun of Christopher Lowell earlier, and I see you're rivaling him right now.
I'm singing westerns.
I've been thinking about this quote. It's been really like sticking with me lately, and it reminded me of what you said. Suffer the pain of discipline or the pain of regret.
I love that.
It's really been like rolling around in the old noggin lately. I like that.
No, it is so true. It's just it's so weird that if you get in that freezing cold water, it is so much worse 1 minute in than it is 3 minutes in.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you have to know that because if you
Yes.
know that,
You're in the
because
dip.
you think you're going progressively into more pain and discomfort. If it's this bad at 1 minute, it's going to be brutal at 2 minutes and unbearable at 3. But your body is weird and it evens out to the point where at 3 minutes, I was like, I'm going to hang out for another minute because I do not feel this as discomfort anymore.
I've got this daughter who we went to Lake Tahoe, and it was nobody was getting in the water because it was just so cold. But she kind of goes for it that way, and so she got in. And at first it was just like, oh, I'm not even sure that I should have a child in this water. This feels like Polar Bear Club a little bit. Like, it's a child. I'm like, what's the difference between going to the emergency room or like...
You're on the hook for this.
Yeah, I'm on the hook for it. And then so we were in there for a while, and then we all just calmed down. But that first couple of minutes was awful. And then we're just kind of in. And then I look over and I just see that her like lips are blue, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's probably cut off for now.
You're about to get charged.
Yeah, I'm about to get charged. But the thing is that like on her report card, the thing that I like most is they say, okay, well, you're good at this, you're good at that, you're not as good as this, you need help with that. But she's kind and she has grit.
Oh, they put grit on there.
They put grit.
Wow.
Like, is that a public school?
It's a snotty ass private school.
It's weird to talk about.
You don't
grit
usually
in a
get
public
grit
system.
at a
No,
private
that's
school.
good.
I went to public school in Albuquerque, and I got grit, but I don't.
You came by it honestly.
It's mostly fear,
Right. Survival.
worry,
Right.
Yeah.
Jingle Jangle Jingle, published in 1942.
I'm 100% wrong.
I
They
knew-
all sound alike, though.
The good news is I knew you were wrong.
I knew you
when
did.
were
I saw
telling
it.
me that. But that's all right.
But the
Jingle,
sound alike
jangle,
is for a
jingle.
reason, yeah. All right, well, we often wonder and sort of pontificate about the kind of unemployed or unemployable people that are in the audience for like daytime talk shows.
Right. Yeah.
Well, there's a new one out of town that is really getting all the attention. It's the one, of course, in Fairfax County, Virginia, where the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial is.
Oh, yeah.
So
I want them all arrested.
oh my God. It is a fucking circus. So when the trial first started.
It's the same with the Free Britney people. Like
Michael
people,
Jackson
it's
trial.
fucking
Right.
Wednesday. It's
Right.
2 PM. How many of you fuckers are on disability who are holding a sign above your head? Or how many said, I can't go into the office and perform basic functions? You just used a fucking glue stick and bedazzled a fucking piece of cardboard for 4 days, and you're now holding it over your head and jumping up and down. Don't tell me you couldn't fucking go in and shuffle some papers around in an office setting.
Yeah.
In an
That's
office
correct.
setting, yeah.
That's right. So apparently when this first started, we'll just have this on mute. This is Johnny's car driving in every morning. Fans would line up around 5 a.m., but then like the word got out, it got crazier. Fans would line up at 10 p.m. the night before for a 9 a.m. start in the morning. The sheriff had to put a stop to that. There's a sign that says effective immediately, the line for the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case, spectators are not permitted to loiter or camp out before 1 a.m. So they all start lining up at 1 a.m. There's fights because people are jumping the line.
But why?
Because they want to be in there. And when Amber Heard went up on the stand, The line was through the city. It was crazy. So here's how they do it. TMZ reports that the court officials have 100 wristbands, like you're at a concert. They give out the 100 wristbands on a first come, first served basis. Then there's another 100 to 150 wristbands for the overflow room. And still tons of people are turned away every day. Apparently, there's been multiple screaming matches. There's even a black market where people are selling their wristbands.
And
yeah.
Seat Geek?
Yes, exactly. You go on StubHub.
That's like, and you look at it and it's like, okay, well, what really happened? Like a mean pretty girl married a drunk dude, and shit went as it goes.
Once upon a time.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
You
That's
really just boiled it down to its finest points.
That's really pretty much it. She's
Yeah.
just mean and shitty, and he's like drinking McDrinky. And so that always goes great. That always works out pretty well. And then they're all shocked, like, what?
Yeah.
I just know that if you ever have to record your spouse
Yeah.
secretly,
Yeah.
things aren't going
tell.
great.
I'd like to stand up for the alcoholics and say,
Yeah, no, sure.
They've had it.
it takes two to tango.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Because you got,
for sure.
You got
want a
drinky McDrinkies.
Yeah, you got drinky
spoke of,
McDrinky.
Right. But if that person's spouse is laid back, then we don't have a situation.
Yeah, we don't. Drinky McDrinky usually just go to sleep.
I
Sleepy
get drunk
McSleepy.
and I got a lab named Phil and he comes in and lays down. I don't get up and go, what's the beef? But you come get my grill.
Yeah.
Now there's going to be an issue.
Yeah, that's right.
So he may be lubricated, but she's also, you got to find a mean person to come in there and start in.
Yeah.
That's when the fireworks
Well,
start
that
flying.
he did.
Yeah.
And I actually watched, I've been watching this like fucking crazy. And there's also now rumors, because he has a very fiery, very pretty one of his lawyers.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
she has been, when she cross-examined Amber, I was even like, damn, girl, like, is this personal? She's like, oh, how convenient. And isn't that snarky? And making all these little side comments. And now there's a rumor that she and Johnny Depp are secretly a thing.
Oh, that's been
The
floating
attorney.
around.
Yeah.
I watched TMZ.
Of course you know
They
this
have,
already.
They have stills of him like
grabbing her elbow.
pulling the chair out for her.
I can see why. Like,
Yeah.
she was sorting out that other lawyer, and I just kept thinking, oh, okay. I wouldn't mind. I mean, I would put my marriage in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they need her, obviously, the optics of a guy going after Amber Heard, who's a battered woman. That's
Yeah,
not
it
going to
looks
work
terrible.
optically.
Oh, no.
No.
So
yeah.
they have her, but she goes all in.
Yeah,
She
she's a
is
mean little lizard.
Feisty,
Yeah,
totally.
she really is.
Vasquez. I don't remember what her first name is. But yeah, it is something to behold.
Yeah, I heard she had a boyfriend, but her boyfriend was only in the months department. Like she's had a boyfriend for 7 months or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that would like stand up against a Johnny Depp.
Not against Johnny Depp.
I'm sorry, Carl.
No.
Look, we had a great time at the Red Lobster and all, but
And look, you give me the tour of the FedEx facility you worked at. It was awesome.
It was great.
Very VIP.
I thought I didn't know there were any electric forklifts. I thought they were all propane powered.
That's right.
Anyway, so
Informative and educational.
Yeah.
yeah, so let me just 21 Jump Street my way
Right.
out of this relationship.
I'm going to go to Malibu now, and
Yeah.
I'll see you around.
That'd be quite
and
the
listen,
power
Valley
couple.
Village is awesome,
Yeah.
and the duplex is fantastic, except for the Armenians upstairs. But it's a cute place you have. But you
It's
understand.
Great. Look, we all love Highland Park, but
Have you been to Nobu out? Oh, of course. Sorry,
No,
sweetie.
sorry.
Of course you
course
have.
not.
Of course. That's
Yeah,
a
of
dumb
course.
question. But the point is he has a membership over at the oh God, what's that club over there?
So?
It's a Soho. It's next to
Soho
Movo.
House?
Have you been? Oh, there I go again. Of course you haven't been to the Soho House. Anyway, it's probably taken longer than even Johnny's sending his. He actually has an SUV, and then there's actual throngs of fans that actually follow the SUV. So
unbelievable.
I'll be moving out.
Are you familiar, us LA people? I had never heard of this. Do you know the Eastern Building downtown in downtown LA? What that is?
No.
It's like, Ben, maybe you can find a picture of it. It's like this really old, beautiful building that I'd never heard of. That's where Johnny Depp lives. He has like 5 penthouses in the Eastern Building downtown. I don't know anybody
Right.
really lived downtown. And it is awesome. I did a little investigating. He has houses all over LA, but the Eastern Building, I've never even heard of it.
I couldn't
It's like very Art Deco.
I couldn't live downtown because that's just one-way street after another.
Yes.
Like just to get any place, you just like
It's a
you
nightmare.
just got to turn around in circles, and then suddenly you're like on Alvarado, and you don't know what happened. And it's like doing
look at that.
the blessing of the pets.
Then it turns into the movie Judgment Night, where you go down one way and there's a bunch of gangbangers and homeless guys and fires on the street.
Thunderdome.
And you're like, oh
It's
shit.
Thunderdome.
Yeah. I've never noticed this building. I've never heard of
No,
this building.
it's beautiful.
Yeah, so apparently he
gorgeous.
has many penthouses there. And it was funny because her sister, Amber's sister Whitney, was on the stand, taken up for her. And it's hard because they're like, and where did you live? Oh, well, we lived in penthouse 3. Well, where did the friends live? Oh, they lived in penthouse 2. Johnny was very generous. We all lived in all the penthouses.
Younger or older sister?
Younger, but
Hold on.
yeah.
I feel like that's a sight unseen bang right there. Amber Heard, younger sister. Well, it doesn't always work out, Gina. But I'm just saying.
Broken clock.
Oh, you only have so much information
Yeah.
and the sight unseen
I get
bang.
it.
Yeah.
I think Amber Heard's younger sister named
Right.
Whitney. I'd say most guys
but that's the
Yeah.
thing.
go
is that-
spot commit to that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because you got an Amber and you got a Whitney. Mm-hmm. Something's going to go down. Come on.
So you're saying her sister's not hot?
Oh, I mean, she looks like a normal, nice girl.
I'm banging a normie.
Okay.
I'm French
We'll
with.
slum it sometimes. Bring her to Soho.
She doesn't look like a movie star. She looks like a regular girl. I don't know. You
I
find
wanna
a picture
see.
of Whitney.
I want to see.
Yeah,
and you might
let's
look under
pull her up.
Enriquez. I think that's her married name.
But
Kathy
what
Bates regular girl or Gina Grad regular girl?
Gina Grad regular
Oh, now we're talking.
All right. Are we talking about like
I'd say compared to Amber Heard.
Midwestern hot? I don't know what.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is
Well, that's a dolled up picture,
Cindy
but-
Crawford and Randy Gerber have a kid.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
do not need to see a photo of her before you know you're in.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, that's
She's like a normal looking.
Well, you were shaking your head like you bit a lemon.
because would you compare her to Amber Heard?
I don't know. Chris has to show us I need a decent picture of her.
This was her. This was what she looked like on the stand.
is frumped down.
But her hair, it's like she had a whole hair and makeup team. I mean, it's like in full highlights.
Still an angle, though.
Right.
There's
Okay.
not,
that I
it's
buy.
not. That's why the rapper wears Bing Crosby's cardigan when he's in court. Like Mark Garagos tells him, put the fucking cardigan on.
Put
No,
on the
that's
cardigan.
true. That's true. She
Yeah,
did.
take the FUBU wife beater off and put the fucking
You're right.
cardigan on.
cardigan on.
Amber the other day wore the Nehru jacket that Mike Myers wore as Dr. Evil.
right.
So they do make you play it down. You're right about that. So she's a cute girl.
But
She's great.
like Amber coming in like in a dude suit seems like, wouldn't you want to be all just sort of wifey?
It's
and
funny because I read this article, hard-hitting stuff, about how Amber Heard starts dressing like her boyfriends. And yesterday in the courtroom, she was basically in Johnny's 3-piece suit. They were dressed identically. So that's kind of like her thing, I guess.
He said she'll never see his eyes
That's
again.
right. So
Was
he
that
wouldn't.
the thing?
So he won't look at her. He's never looked up at her when she's on the stand. He puts his blue framed glasses on. He is done.
This is cute.
Yeah, I was only looking at the witness
not
stand version.
supermodel, but
She's
cute.
a Kansas 8.
That's right.
Yeah, it was interesting when they were talking about the dog dropping the deuce versus who dropped the deuce
That's right.
versus
Yeah.
how could the
I think
dog have
that's
dropped the
Busted
deuce.
a grumpy, as Johnny said.
Right, but Amber worked in.
busted a grumpy.
She ate Johnny's weed and then the dog had stomach problems because the dog ate Johnny's weed as a pup and
That's animal abuse.
had issues. Yeah.
Okay,
So much going on.
But I think that I know
That's the suit.
like a dog poop from a
Yeah. So does Johnny.
from a lady poop.
That's right.
Yeah.
Johnny felt the same way.
Yeah.
Really interesting stuff.
Yeah.
So we talked a bit at the beginning of the show, and it's been coming up lately, transgender issues. It's a very hot subject. It's very third rail in some ways. It's also very passé. We are totally over.
We're past it.
We are so done with transgender. I'll give you a new topic, a new word. This is where we're at. Done with transgender, in with transracial. Now, Rachel Dolezal was before her time.
Oh, yeah.
She was a villain.
Pioneer.
She was a witch. Everybody wanted to burn her at the stake. Okay. we're starting to embrace that now. In this May 2nd episode of this Channel 4 series in England, it's this British personality, this person named Ollie London, sat down with a black woman not named, and they discussed whether someone can identify as a different race, because Ollie is 31 and they underwent multiple surgeries to look like a member of BTS, the K-pop band. And Ollie seemed to be a very white human before that. They identify as a they, I believe. That's Ollie. This is a 40-second clip of a very long debate, but this will just give you an idea of where we're at now.
Millions and millions of people.
I think if we've crossed the hurdle of you can change your gender by thinking you're something other than you are, then everything's on the table at this point. There's no logical argument. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Well,
Your
everything's
age?
insane then.
You know what's funny is like my daughter, like we lost 2 dogs in 1 year. They just got old at the same time. And we're in the middle of a pandemic. My daughter's just getting bored. And so I'm watching the ASPCA commercials. I get Sarah McLachlan into a couple of cats.
Yep.
And so we get a couple of cats. I go, all right, here we go. And she said, I said, what? They're from the same litter, this boy, that boy. And she said, well, I wanted a girl. And I said, okay, well, that one's a girl.
Right. We're there
That's
now.
that.
Problem
It's
solved.
fine.
It's
like
done.
that one's like, so now we got Raymond and Fifi.
Perfect.
Because they're not going to the DMV.
Right. Yeah. And
You know,
even
they're
if they
just
did.
like, you know, and the more you look at Fifi, the more you go, that's a sexy little woman.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. So I don't know. I just always feel like, do what you want to do. I don't care. But like,
As long as you're a cat.
as long as you're a cat,
I just want to finish your sentence for you.
I appreciate it.
Well, and I had this little discussion with my friends because I showed them this clip, and one of the girls made a good point. She said, or maybe you could say you're any race you want, dress like it, be like it, but when it comes to like speaking for the community, maybe then shut the fuck up.
Well,
but be a part of it, but just be quiet.
there is a distinct advantage to being black, which is any TV show will put any black person on their show to speak for all black people, which I'd be awesome. I want that for white people.
I would
like
love to see you
French,
do that.
can ask.
I'm speaking
talk to
for
me.
all of the white
I
men.
am white. Yeah. So
Yes.
let me tell you
I come in peace,
let me tell you
mostly.
let me tell you what Steve Kerr and Elon Musk are thinking about now. No, that would be offensive. Like you could go, I can't say cracker, but what if I called you a jack, like a cracker? No. You would
Take it
for
easy.
my people.
Yeah, we all
you
agree.
will have crossed the line.
That's right.
They'll put one black person on. It's the most racist thing in the world. Like they go, it's that way with voting. It's that way with everything. They go, well, black person, you're this. That's kind of the opposite of looking at them as individuals, but we do that. I've been arguing about this we got to get the black guy to interview the black guy, or we got to get Robin Roberts has to interview Jussie Smollett, because we can't have a white person, a journalist interviewing a black person, because they're going to ask him questions and that's not going to work. But I do want to be the guy, or I guess
you want to be the spokesman for the.
Well, could we imagine us doing that? Like, we got Jeff Bezos over here, we got Ted Nugent over there, we got Stephen Colbert over here. Like, well, Ted Nugent, he speaks for Stephen Colbert, does he
They're all
not?
lockstep
Well, look
with their
at
thoughts.
them. They're both
come
so
on.
pale. Come on.
Here comes Kid Rock.
Let's go check with Kid Rock to see if
What's the Queen thinking?
I'm going to talk to Colbert later on tonight, so I want to clear some things with Kid Rock and
That's
just
right.
make sure I don't want to cross the
Hold
line.
on. Ted Danson's got something
Ted's
to say.
got something to say.
That's a good point.
I don't know why I would bring Ted Danson into
why'd
it.
you bring him
a
into
lovely
this?
person.
How dare you?
Oh, why would I
He's-
besmirch Ted Danson of all people?
He's got the greatest career ever because
boy, does he.
He looks,
Yeah.
my fear, my theory of like how Katy Perry always looks like she's thinking of something stupid. She doesn't- Ted looks like he's thinking about something smart.
Yeah, yeah,
And he
does.
just puts his glasses on and
Smart
he comes
face.
walking
Yes, he
into
does
the
have a smart
scene.
face.
And
Oh, I know.
And he just looks at you and he looks at the other one. He only says a couple of words and then he walks out again. Well, that guy's great. Look at him. He knows what he's
Yeah.
What
doing.
you're talking about.
So I went to a dinner party, like fundraiser at his house once, and him and Mary Steenburgen,
Right.
who's also delightful.
Right.
And I remember just after the evening going Ted Danson, I'm like if I were going to go dude, I'd go with Ted
You go
Danson.
Yeah.
full Fifi.
I mean, I'll go full Fifi for Ted Danson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just looks like he knows what
there he
he's
is.
talking
That's
about.
from, what's the name of
Baxter.
from Becker.
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 Look how much I love him, though.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, that's you.
Yeah, that's him.
I'm bedazzled.
I barely
You're
I didn't
bewitched.
recognize you with the
No.
buzz cut. Wow.
Yeah, that was.
You did an arc on Becker.
Yeah, I did a Becker.
Is that what Johnny Depp calls feces?
Yeah, dropping a Becker.
Dropped a Becker.
That's it.
Yeah,
Up
I
for
dropped
Becker.
a Becker. Dancing with Dancing, you dropped a Becker.
I've been saying this for a while, but will you do me a favor and will you
Sure.
and Sean Hayes please do a sitcom together where you're brothers?
Oh, of course.
That would be really helpful
Oh,
for
I
me.
love him.
Okay, that would be great.
Oh, okay. I'll
All
do
right,
it. Are you going to be in it?
I would just love to watch it. I'm
Oh,
a P1.
okay.
I'll watch
I've
every
worked
episode.
with Sean Hayes closely.
Oh, from the roast.
No.
On the women's show?
No. I was in like, I don't even know what it is. Remember they used to have calling cards, like whatever.
Oh, the 100 collect or whatever it was you did.
I did a 1-800 collect commercial with Sean Hayes where we were both trapped
Inside
in
someone's
a
head?
giant head.
Yeah.
Do not remember this.
Really?
I feel
That's
like
when
I
all the
should.
1-800, like, all the.
Call ATT. And
I did one with, like, Terry Bradshaw.
All the greats today.
Yeah. And I remember, all
I
I
gotta
could
see
remember
that.
from that whole shoot was they constructed a giant, styrofoam head for us to like climb inside of. And they lit the shit out of it inside of the head. But of course, the ceiling was like 6 or 7 feet high. Whereas I was just melting inside of this
sure.
thing.
Yeah.
And Sean Hayes does not sweat. I remember talking to him. I was like,
That's frustrating.
standing there, just like, I have to stop and pat my, and it's fine if both of you are sweating because then it's just too fucking hot in this head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just like, I don't sweat. And I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Him
Oh,
and Prince Philip.
we have the
Prince Andrew.
commercial
From 99.
from 99.
so bored.
Oh, yeah, but they make it.
Oh,
There's the lodge. I'll make him turn. Wait a minute, the angle's too sharp. Don't be a wimp. I know what I'm doing.
insane commercial.
Nice job. Now we're gonna have to call his parents.
We'll use 1-800-COLLECT. Save him a buck or two.
1-800-COLLECT. Now you're being logical.
Poor baby. Aww, nice cat.
Hi, Mom.
Use your head.
1-800-COLLECT. Save a buck or two.
Or 3.
Wow.
Those
Well
were
done.
Those
I,
were irreverent.
I forgot when they're like, so they take this, they construct this head. It's on a sound stage, but then they light the shit out of it, and then they
Yeah.
light it. And 2 hours before you get there, and then I walked into it. It's like walking into a fucking oven, and I was like, "Oh God, so hot!" And they're like, "Oh, here's this giant Russian fur hat. You got to put this on." And I'm like, "Why?" They're like, "Because your guy's skiing, so you need this, thermal undershirt, like some gloves, and a Russian hat, and a jumpsuit." And I was like, "I'm melting inside of this."
Give it to the guy who doesn't sweat.
I know.
Yeah, I'm a sweater, but it's just the fear sweats where I get nervous and I'm just like, oh, and then I just start sweating. The only guy I'm comfortable sitting next to is Wayne Knight. Because Wayne Knight will just
Newman.
Yeah, Newman. He's a sweater.
Oh,
and
yeah?
So it's like, oh yeah, just stick close to me, Wayne. We're in this together, brother. There's not enough powder in the world.
All right, let's bring it home. Did we bring it home?
We'll do it now. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
Okay, that's enough.
That was the news with Gina Grad.
Well, Huntington Beach Sea Legs, that'll be tomorrow night. I think that thing's close to sold out, but you can come on out, sit in the beach tree, people. Do a little tailgate and come say us. Denver, I'll be at the Comedy Works South. That'll be June 24th, 25th. You just go to amcroll.com because I got live shows all over the place. Bill Browder, everyone, Freezing Order, that is available as we speak on Amazon. And then, of course, French Stewart he'll come back when the animated series drops on Netflix. And also shoot him a tweet at French Stewart as well. Oh, and Dawson's doing stand-up tonight, 7:30, Comedy Chateau, North Hollywood, California. You can get free tickets with the promo code Mike. All caps.
Mike D.
Mike D.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did Mike like it was plural.
That's what I thought.
Oh, good.
Just mic'd up.
Geniuses. Mike D. Mike D. All capital. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Bill Browder and French Stewart and Gina and Brian saying mahalo.
Whoever cast that show knocked out of the park with just the talent packed in. Joseph Gordon-Levitt,
Yeah.
you, Lithgow.
Yeah,
I
they're all
forgot Joseph
brimming.
Gordon-Levitt. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah, we all had like a reunion about a month or so ago, and it was just the same thing. You just drop in, everybody's lovely. You know, and not all shows are like that. Like
Right.
sometimes you got a butthole.